Hi everyone, it's Danilo, and today I'm gonna create a second video when I'm showing you how am I solving different challenges. And in this video I'm decided that it's not very interesting to do the medium one. I mean, it's not interesting to do that, but it would be more interesting to do a hard one. So let's grab the hard one today. And just as in the previous video, I'm gonna find a random problem, and let's solve it. So let's do it. Random letter. To be honest, I've tried one of these hard ones and I didn't really solve it, but I just decided to grab a different one, so let's do it. Ransom letter. I'm not sure what it is, but let's see. Write a function that returns true if you can use the letters of the first string to create the second string. Letters are case sensitive, so appeal, you can do pal with it, right? And appeal, so appeal, you cannot do apple because you don't have these p. So it's called uppercase and lowercase. So you don't have a lowercase p, that's why it's false. Can build a nothing, we of course can build, and we cannot build 3. Okay, so they wanna say us that if we have 2 A's we cannot use them, so they cannot repeat. Letters in the first string can be used only once, right? Yeah, it's a very interesting challenge because I don't really know, at least for now, how to do that, but we should try. So what comes to my mind? The first thing that comes to my mind is to just somehow store all these letters, and we should iterate through each letter, and if we can find one in the first string, then we should somehow remove it from the first string and do that for each letter. And if this process finishes successfully, then every letter from this one could be used, could be found here. So let's just read one more time. Write a function that returns true if you can use letters of the first string to create the second string. Yes, so we can basically iterate through the letters of the second string and just look for each letter from the first string and remove as we found them. And if we cannot find anything, that we can just so yeah, if we cannot find like p, we can just say not found, and then we should immediately return false. Okay, so let's just try it. And right, let's create a class just like in the previous video. Oh, excuse me, new class, and how should we call it? Ransom letter. I'm not sure what ransom is, but let's just call it a ransom letter. Chow stands for challenge. Okay, now, so just like in the previous video, we're gonna create a static class. First is main class to test it, and so not class but a function. I meant static function. And here let's create a static function called can build. So public static, I think it should return a boolean, right? It should return a boolean can build, and 2 strings. So string source and string, I don't know, dest stands for destination, I guess. Okay, let's just call them as it is. And okay, so let's firstly create 2 character arrays, which would just contain all the symbols from each of these strings. So source char array is equal to source to char array, and the same should go for dest. So dest char array or char array is equal to dest to char array. Okay, what now? Now we should iterate through each of dest char array letters. So let's say for char c from dest char array, so it would be an enhanced for loop or for each loop, and it would basically iterate through the all letters in the order that this array has. So it's just basically a for method, but slightly easier one to write. Okay, so now we should look for this character in this array, but what concerns me is that we should somehow remove a letter from this array. So to do that, we should probably use some character that would indicate that we have removed one, because we cannot contain new here. Of course, we can create not a char but character with a capital C array, and it would contain objects, and of course we could use null. But I think that a different approach maybe just used some indication character that would, so just like something like this, and I don't know, let's say this would indicate that the character was removed. Or otherwise we can use zeros, because when we create an empty array it has zeros. But okay, let's say these tildes would indicate that it has been removed, because initially we don't have a empty array and we have just an array of characters from the string. So right, dest char array. Now we should find a similar character, just an equal character to this one, in source char array. So we can say for char sc, for source character from source character array, and if source character is equal to character, then source character, then what we should do, we should say, first thing we should do is to substitute these sc from source char array with the tilde. So what we can do is, actually I think the enhanced for loop would not work, so let's what is this? No, let's say this. Okay, so for I equals 0, I source char array length I++, yes, and we can get this character, and we just need to substitute source char array at I with tilde, so we would use tilde here, and then we can say continue, but we should not continue this loop, we should continue this loop. So we can say we have boolean that says found, it's initially false, and if it's found we can say found is true and break this loop, and at the end of iterating we can say if not found, then return false, because if at any point of time it's not found, we should immediately return false, and if it is found, we should just do nothing and continue to the next character. So, and at the end, if it has iterated through the whole loop, it means that it found every character in the source array. Oh, sorry, in the dest array. So we could then return just true. And I think it should work now. Let's just think for a moment. For every character we find, and if we find, we say found equals to true, substitute with tilde and break. So, and then if not found but it's found, so we go to the next one. If it's found, we substitute, and yeah, and if it's not found, we can just say false. And as it was said, letters are case sensitive, but I think that this equality works for case sensitivity, because different characters are different if they have different case. I think so. I may not be right, but I think so. Okay, let's just test it. We can say system out print line and just put something like this and see what we have. And what do we have? We have true. Yes, because we can use PAL. And let's just think for a moment. So P, an uppercase P, is being looked for, and we say for every character it does not find in the first one, then it's find it's on the second one. It says it now tilde, so it's something like that. And then it's found, so we can break. If not found, and we can go to the next one, A, then similar goes from this and from this. Sorry, it should be like this. So yeah, and it works. So I think the similar concept should work for every of this, for each of these tests. And right, I'm not sure about this one, but it should be true because it just not goes into this loop at all. It just returns true, right? And this one, it should also be false because this A should be substituted, should be found here. It's tilde. This one is tilde, and this one, this A is not found. So yeah, I think it should work. I'm not sure 100%, but it seems it should work. So let's just Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and let's copy these lines and substitute with these tests and see if it works or not. Appeal and A and can build. And let's see what we have. True, false, true, false. And I think it's right. Yes, true, false, true, false. Okay, let's just copy this function, this method, and see if it will work or not. Okay, let's check. Or what concerns me if the names should be the same as in the mockup, but I don't think so because yeah, they don't do anything. So let's check and see. And what do we have? Test pass. Okay, let's submit it and see if it's right or not. Yes, this was right. We have 80 experience points, and I don't know, let's say intermediate, few other solutions. And that's when things become interesting, because other solutions should be easier. And as we can see, this solution is not very easy. This solution looks more interesting. Something string contains, but yeah, our solution is not very long, and yeah, it's quite decent, I think. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. We can end here now, because I don't want to make this video very long. So let's just end this video now, and I thank you for watching. I hope it was not very boring to watch. I hope you can even try to do that alongside with me. And actually, I'm gonna leave the link to this challenge in the description, but I didn't say it in the beginning, so you probably didn't know about it. But in our next video, I'm definitely gonna write this link at the description, so that you can do that alongside me or before me. So thank you for watching. Press the like button or dislike button if you don't really like this video. Leave down there some comments, subscribe, and thank you for watching. It was Danilo. Goodbye.